do we tithe? Our verse is from Malachi 3:10. It says there, "Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house. I will open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it." From Malachi 3:10. A year ago, I had difficulty paying my taxes, so I called the IRS. A lady answered the call and asked what she could do for me. After I explained my problem, she asked, "Do you tithe?" "What?" I asked. "Do I tithe? You mean like church offerings and such?" I was very perplexed. "Yes," she replied. "Well, yes, if I can, and when my bills don't swamp me too much," I answered. Her reply to that was, "In my job, I find that those who don't pay tithes are not able to pay taxes. And if you waste your 90% on luxury or a higher standard of living, it doesn't change the fact that God still requires his 10%. I was humbled and embarrassed that God has to use the IRS lady to show me something I needed to improve in. I have found since then that if I tithe, God enables me to pay all my bills. We must realize that God owns all that we have. In fact, he owns the whole world. David says in Psalm 37:25, "I have been young and now I am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread." Let us be good stewards, giving to God that which is his, that he may pour out his blessings on us. So our Bible reading is from Malachi 3. Thankful giving, believing. Yes, so giving tithes is a requirement from God. So it's not an optional that whenever you have extra money, you give your tithes. But then God requires it in every blessing you receive from God. You must set aside your tithe and return it to God. Well, where will you return the tithes? How will you give it to God? It says here, bring it into the storehouse, meaning to say in church, because the church is where the work of God is. So the church is the one who is doing the work of God, and your tithes are the ones being used to continue with the work of God. So how can we send our ministers, our pastors, our missionaries if we don't have tithes? If we are not returning what is God's? And once we are faithful in obeying God through giving back our tithes, he promised us to open the windows of heaven and pour out the blessings, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. So if you noticed, God promised an abundant blessing until there will be no more enough spaces where you put the blessings, so that you can as you receive God's blessings, which means God will pour out so much blessings to you if you are faithful to giving your tithes. Maybe you will not receive such a million pesos or a dollar, but God will give you blessings in other aspects. Let's say you do not spend more on medicines or in hospitals because you are not sick, or you don't need to spend for medicine because you are healthy. So we have the sayings which says, um, Health is wealth, because if you're healthy, you don't need to pay you don't need to pay medicines, nor to go to the hospital and spend money there. So having that, it's already a savings, right? So it's already a blessing. But then God said He will pour out blessings until you will not have room enough to receive it. Meaning to say, there will still be more blessings. If you are faithful to your tithes, then you can also give to others. Why? Because your blessings will be over, how do you say that? Um, Basta nang hinubra. It's more than enough for you. So you will be able to give to others. And in that way, God can use you to be a blessing to others. God will make you a channel of His blessings to others. Oh, see, it's what a nice role, right? God will entrust you to do something for Him. So if you are faithful to your tithes, it just shows that you're faithful to God. So be faithful to God by giving back your tithes. Tithe is the 10% of your income. So whatever blessing you receive, you bring the 10% of it to the church, and it will be your tithes. So God receives it, and God will pour you out more blessings so that you will be more faithful to Him, and that God can use you to be a blessing also to others. And God promised you will not have debts, and you will be able to pay all your debts and have more extra blessings for others also to enjoy. So it's a great joy that as you receive many blessings, you will also help others, right? So let's be faithful to God and claim His promise that He will pour out more blessings, that there will be no enough room for you to receive it. Meaning to say, nag-awas-awas ang blessings ni God if you are faithful to Him with your tithes. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.